construct,
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 construct.
construct.
My dear, even Aphrodite herself could not construct a more odious union.
What if I made you?
I swore before the Board of Overseers that I could construct the most radical, cutting-edge role play ever attempted in psychiatry, and it would bring you back.
We construct our first ideas, we construct our first ideas, we construct our first ideas on them based on their appearance. So, if you want to be accepted, you have to look the part.
I'm an ingenieur. I design illusions and construct the apparatus necessary for performing them.
It vexes. Love is either a human construct or it's a real thing, right?
The concept of love exists. Therefore, it is useful even if it is a human construct. It exists because it serves a need.
There's no such person as Pumpkin. He's a construct of Blake Tanner's mind.
Has helped me feel myself again. To construct for myself an illusion that I'm still on the good fortune.
Read about it. It's as big as a truck.
Yes, well, obviously someone has constructed a portable handheld version.
What I understand, they're practically identical.
They most likely constructed their labs here, 2 levels below the O2 machine, best place for negative pressure and ventilation.
We believe the Ishveni are constructing a new power source which would neutralize any further attempt to liberate humanity once and for all.
Disposition.
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 Minor matters. Disposition of my business. That's all.
Why did you stop drinking?
I was a drunk.
What would you say is your current disposition? Disposition.
How do I feel?
If only you had a slightly milder disposition, you might actually have friends.
Oh, I am his friend.
Happened.
Now you know me. Always an ear to the ground when it comes to the disposition of my darling Gabby.
Yes. What was Jonas's disposition at evening meal? Dissatisfied.
How can we have someone of his disposition leading fellow officers? Policy or no bloody policy.
You know, it's one of the downsides of being demoted. I don't get to witness his sunny disposition on a daily basis.
You have a very angry disposition. You know that?
Oh, well.
Pleasure to meet you. It is quite unfortunate that Detective Williams did not inherit your sparkling disposition.
Aye, mate. Take it back, or Belle learns that the dagger she has is as fake as your new disposition.
Oh, is it?
Bet he's got a better disposition, huh?
Oh,
come on.
Scarce.
Scarce. Scarce.
Scarce.
Scarce.
Honey, I gotta make myself scarce. Scarce.
A few weeks have passed. Food has been scarce. But there are still no signs of other lions.
And it was gonna be the largest bronze statue ever built. But wouldn't you know it, war broke out, and bronze became scarce.
Scar and his thugs are a growing threat. Food is still scarce in their territory.
Bombior!
And in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below.
To survive in these waters scarce in nutrients, coral shelters an algae within it, which feeds by day on sunlight.
Friends. Yeah. Well, you're gonna be scarce.
Request/advise that you make yourself scarce for a few days.
A few days.
Did you read it?
Good literature's kind of scarce around here.
We read it.
Just give it to us.
Smith's down.
NYPD is on the way. Get scarce.
The sky vanished.
I make myself scarce, too. This ain't no neighborhood you want to be called a snitch.
Responsible.
Responsible.
Responsible. Responsible.
Responsible.
Maybe they're responsible.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Going along?
She is, and she's very responsible. Very responsible. Very responsible.
Yeah, except when it comes to picking nicknames.
Imagine anything more cruel to make me responsible.
500,000. That's how many people have filed with the GCCF. I'd be responsible for all of them.
That's my question. If our own government was responsible for what happened at St. Mary's and Three Waters, if our own government was responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people.
I'm now responsible for every life in Atlanta.
We've all got a monster inside of us, Clark, and we're all responsible for what it does when we let it out.
You think Briggs is responsible? Well, that's what we need you to ascertain.
It left me in a very bad way. A teacher asked me who was responsible. Which was, of course, responsible for the claw marks I found at the crime scene.
That a demon was responsible.
We're not responsible for the attacks on your people.
These attacks on my business.
First time in my life I want to be responsible for something.
When Ned Stark lost his head, who was truly responsible?
Why should the rest of us call Russ? You're responsible for it.
Supreme.
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 Copley. Her dream is to be a prosecutor, then serve on the Supreme Court. Supreme Court. Supreme Court.
So congratulations, children. Your leaders are all dead. Peace reigns supreme. Supreme. Supreme.
Wait for that, I think.
I don't understand, Heather. I offered you a seat on the Supreme Court.
If Jacobs was stepping down, which he isn't.
He gets 5 years for theft in '76. Supreme Court overturned it. He got out in 15 months.
In fairness, probably most people can't name a Supreme Court case.
You know what the United States Supreme Court says, Detective Blades? The United States Supreme Court says a prosecutor is a representative.
Some flat earthers out there who still consider the existence of a supreme deity to be either necessary or self-evident or both.
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Sun Tzu.
Supremely intelligent, highly adaptable, and they are ruthless killers.
I won't be wandering around the Supreme Court in my boxer shorts anytime soon.
Even Supreme Court justices have hearts.
You've already postponed twice.
Well, postpone it again.
We can't put it off, sir. It goes to the Supreme Court in less than a month.
Pass the bill, I'll veto it. If they override, I'll refuse to enforce. And by the time it gets to the Supreme Court, we'll have jobs to show, and they'll have nothing but rhetoric.
Pose.
Pose. Pose. Pose. Pause.
Extinction. Our orders are to defeat them before they pose an irreversible threat. Pose an irreversible threat. Pose an irreversible threat.
Their very existence is a threat.
Sure. We just need to get you in the same pose in the photo, and then I do the rest.
For their mothers, that's what guides you between our fights.
I pay you to pose. I pay you to pose. I pay you to pose.
Vanessa, not to plumb the innermost depths of my character.
Arab troop movements have unanimously agreed they didn't pose a threat.
The early age of 4.
Quite so.
Mr. Ruskin, can I pose you a somewhat conundrous question?
It's bad form this week with Perth.
I will try not to put you in that position, but if I pose as a dealer, can you set me up a meet?
Oh.
Surveil the homes of some of his closest friends. Any luck, we'll be able to pose those questions to the man himself. What a copy might be worth.
Oh, so you're writing a fake 95 thesis and then what?
I'm going to pose as someone who has recently inherited it and has no idea of what it's worth. Perhaps you can give us the name of the person who asked you to sign the NDA and we can pose our questions to them.
Only warning.
And it would be effective were you to pose a threat to me.
2 options aren't possible, then I'll take them out.
Even if the gifted doesn't pose a threat.
No, I wanted you dead. You pose a legitimate threat to everything that I've built.
Mobile.
Mobile. Mobile. Mobile.
Mobile.
Last page is life. How about that?
Way too many variables.
Okay, let's just be ready to get mobile fast. Mobile fast. Mobile fast.
I'm mobile. I'm mobile. I'm mobile. Where is he?
What about the garage? The mobile lab van. The mobile lab van. The mobile lab van.
Why don't you ask your sidekick to bring my mobile phone in here? Please.
George, bring this Sleg's mobile in, will you? I know it's you.
Mobile laundry, Danny? Don't think it. Okay, son. Yeah, son.
We're going to make him mobile so he can talk to us from anywhere.
And Riverside. We can be mobile within the hour.
HSI, they take care of those stash houses?
Yeah, whatever you need.
Maddox. The device can be set for a timed detonation or can be remote activated by a mobile transmitter.
I purchased you a commission. You will join the Mobile 34th as their camp physician. It's an honor.
So now it's just a mobile.
A unicorn gave me a vision which led to us ripping Maleficent's child away.
Can't breathe. It's pitch black in there. There's people in the hall.
If you're mobile, keep walking.
Our plan is to turn Molly's 2 into a mobile go-anywhere business that can supply everyone.
Luxury.
Luxury.
Luxury. Luxury.
Luxury.
At best, it's a luxury. The luxury. The luxury.
These fish are a luxury resource. Luxury resource. Luxury resource. A top-quality tuna can weigh 300 kilos.
How's business?
It's not good. Nobody wants curtains. They think of it like a luxury. A luxury. A luxury. It's not a luxury.
When the war is over, we can have the luxury of debating the morality of what we do.
I am losing this case, so faith is a luxury I don't have any time for right now. I am nothing if not world-class at showing my gratitude. So, we have checked you into one of our company's executive luxury penthouse suites.
So as owner and CEO of Hollywood Luxury Bubbles, I wanted to offer you an exclusive
Team in the business, the San Francisco Giants, from the best damn luxury suite money can buy.
I'm not. Friendship is a luxury we can't afford. And if I have to take us down to a cosmic Adam and Eve.
What's a coordinator again?
A luxury shoemaker. Don't interrupt.
You'll throw off the magic.
Game changers. If it's any consolation to you, she's not living in luxury.
No, we are parents. We can't afford the luxury of obsession.
Suspend.
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 County said that they could suspend me this time. They could suspend me this time. They could suspend me this time.
Okay. Step one of the cutbacks. Overtime pay has been suspended. Suspended. Suspended.
Here we go. You're suspended. You're suspended. You're suspended. You've begun your badge with the duty sergeant.
McCain announced he would suspend his campaign.
That's up to all of you, but anyone who stops running is suspended. And if you're suspended, you're not going to prom.
Dear Sam, now I'm getting suspended because I got in a fight with Molly. She says I go berserk. Our principal is against me.
Not behind my desk. Trading in J&B has been suspended pending a fraud inquiry.
He also knows about Daniel. I figured this would be a safe place to talk to him.
I'm suspended pending investigation thanks to you. They're talking possible criminal charges.
Well, best case scenario, he suspends me.
Email address, which isn't valid anymore, by the way, so no help there.
What we can do is suspend his account so he can't post. Breeze today. I'd like to reduce manning at all watch stations and suspend all non-essential activities.
I can't force them to, but we won't offer any logistical support.
You want me to suspend as well?
I'm a man of God. How could I not?
In this case, we're hoping you'll suspend that position.
there's a precedent in there somewhere that can help us suspend Lincoln's execution, we're going to find it.
Aunt. Aunt. Aunt.
Aunt. Aunt.
Listen to me. My auntie Dallas, she lives outside Mexico City, in the mountains, on a farm, with
You find anything?
Yeah, turns out he's a hell of a guy. Covers the expenses of his dear aunt. You're Maya Rizik.
Well, I can imagine how busy your schedule is. It's really great of you taking the time to come and visit your aunt. Her health has taken a bad turn.
Hold him like a parcel. Oh, it's Aunt Kitty, darling.
Hey, look who's here.
Welcome home, Aunt Helen. Oh.
Who? Auntie Bertha. Where's your aunt now? I don't know, maybe home.
Birdie's here. Coming out, Pearl.
Where are you taking me?
I'm getting married to your Aunt Liza. She's waiting for us at the Erie. You'll be safe there.
My flesh and blood.
It's wonderful to meet you, Aunt Liza.
You mustn't call me that in front of anyone else.
Oh, of course, I understand. My aunt was a jealous lady. She was terrified that Lord Baelish didn't love her anymore, that he would abandon her for a younger woman.
Who's that from, Papa? You seem very absorbed.
Your Aunt Rosamond.
Anything interesting?
Nothing to trouble you with.
Poor Aunt Rosamond. All alone in that big house.
Hal wants to go see the Gator Bowl.
What's in New York?
Rita's aunts.
Gator Bowl or Rita's aunt? I wonder which would be more fun.
Where would you go?
Accident.
Accident. Accident. Accident. Accident.
Guys, sorry to interrupt the fun. There's been an accident. Hollywood, west of Cahuenga.
I see. So, apparently this appears to be an accident. And I'm...
It's way too low. And the legal issues are...
What about their ask? $12 million for what was clearly an accident?
You fucked in the head, Graham. You don't steal drugs from a guy like Ray.
I didn't steal it, Tom. It was an accident.
What kind of a bellend takes a bag of cocaine by accident?
Oh, my God.
Tell you to make it look like an accident. What? You heard me.
What sunglasses?
I accidentally left my sunglasses in Tom's apartment. Sam thought they were his mom, so he gave them to her.
Hey, Doug. Oh, shit. What kind of accident? Yeah, bye.
From Scottsdale.
I think she had an accident.
Definitely no accident, as you ever think it was.
Copperfield. Their deaths are listed as natural. Heart attack, embolism, skydiving accident. What about the fourth guy?
I've ruled out transposition and Caesar shifts. Oh, and Sudoku and Ken.
Well, in a happy accident, you may have proven the Riemann hypothesis.
Academic. Academic. Academic.
Academic.
Academic.
20 combined SAT, 4.2 GPA.
I'm a little concerned about a revenge fantasy fueling her academics.
Taken incompletes in 2 classes, and you are on academic probation.
Shut up. I may not be academic smart, but I'm smart.
I mean, he's a sociology major. He's on full academic scholarship, and now he's calling his friend an egghead?
Seniors, or at least knocked them down at letter grade for refusing to participate. That's what the academic handbook says.
Not from business school, anyway. I have to review her high school academic file further.
Yeah, or I could commit academic suicide in front of a live audience by trying to prove that God exists.
All right. It is my sincere hope that this center will become a beacon of academic excellence in an underserved community for years to come.
That would go a long way to restoring your reputation.
I'm an academic.
Looking out at your fresh young faces, I remember when I, too, was deciding my academic future as a lowly graduate student.
You know what baffles me, Sheldon? Based on your academic record, any number of things I would imagine.
Hey, guys.
Personal nature. What's the play about?
I'm sorry, but I really can't discuss it. We have a policy about that.
You were the one that brought the play up in the first place.
No, I brought up his grade. Our policy allows us to discuss academic excellence, but not intellectual content.
Fade.
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 Will fade. The romance will fade. The romance will fade.
I watched the life of this man's good man fade away, fade away, fade away, because he was trying to help someone.
Hello, you look nice. Ah, just keep laughing. Looks fade. Looks fade. Looks fade.
I'm afraid with her gone, our friendship will fade. It will fade.
Follow me.
Fade away.
Guess you don't have the stones to play? How about this? I'll fade your action.
You know, like, when we're making love. And while we're doing it, all the bullshit does fade away.
In some ways, you'll be doing me a big favor.
Nah, I think I'll just fade into the shadows.
You, everything you've accomplished, will fade from memory, whereas our victory will be lionized for centuries.
The pain will fade.
It's better to burn bright than slowly fade away like you. Like what?
Actress.
Actress. Actress. Actress. Actress.
Excited? I didn't know how we were going to make it all work. I was terrified. Really? Because you didn't show it? It's because I'm a really great actress. Great actress. Great actress.
Whenever I have to do something I really don't want to, I pretend I'm playing a role. Like, actress in a movie. Actress in a movie. Actress in a movie.
Let me guess. Model?
No.
Actress. Actress. Actress.
Sorry.
I can tell you're somebody, so who are you?
She's with me. Wait a minute, wait. You're telling me this actress person is the only woman you ever wanted who didn't want you back?
Yeah.
Terrific. Is that woman Aishwarya Rai?
Yes, isn't she an amazing actress?
Actually, I'd say she's a poor man's Madhuri Dixit.
How dare you?
My primary field is neuroscience.
Oh, well, I'm an actress.
Hey, Penny, you want to hear something awesome?
Yeah.
Alicia is an actress just like you.
That is so awesome. Seriously, I have a great idea for one.
Was it better than your idea to move to Los Angeles and become a famous actress? Penny! Penny! Penny!
What?
You're an actress, correct?
I'm not an actress. I'm an actress.
All right, you're an actress. I need you to teach me.
After an explosion at a crumpet factory knocked you off a double-decker bus, how could that be made up?
I'm just an actress they use for the jacket photo. That inspirational life story is pure fiction.
Intricate.
Intricate.
Intricate. Intricate. Intricate.
Another comment about my intricate hand-carved marionettes being dolls. It goes up.
Neil, this plan sounds incredibly intricate. Intricate. Intricate.
It is.
Therapist. It was an intricate, and a perfectly executed escape.
Yes.
No, Bert, make me your partner.
Poor sweet Nicole.
My name's Jane.
My act is incredibly intricate. It is the product of years of study and training.
Sounds like a revival.
Yeah, blue-eyed gospel. Extremely intricate genre.
We dream 27 times a night, an intricate neurological protection mechanism which makes us forget.
Most people are so mush-brained, they have no hope of solving the intricate problems they come up against as adult human beings.
It is an intricate web of power surrounding the Emperor.
It's far more intricate than I had previously imagined. The very smallest gesture can speak volumes.
Is no one making small talk because this is Derek Shepard on the table? This is intricate work. Small talk is what keeps us awake.
Beach, every star in the sky is linked by an intricate web of causality.
Frontier. Frontier.
Frontier. Frontier. Frontier.
Every day you find a new way to push back the frontiers of incompetence. Frontiers of incompetence. Frontiers of incompetence.
There's no frontier anymore. There's no frontier anymore. There's no frontier anymore.
Down there is the last great frontier of our world.
Boys are becoming men that aren't afraid of seeking out new frontiers. Frontiers. Frontiers.
The study of frontier sciences. Sciences rarely have the chance to study at close hands such controversies.
Is one frontier. You shall never stop exploring.
With a hankering for the wild frontier, right? And look, space, the final frontier.
Connection. Connection.
Connection. Connection.
Connection.
I know you and I have had our difficulties, but despite all my many mistakes, I always thought that you and I had a connection. A connection. A connection.
But your friendship, your endless support, always gives me the strength to carry on. After all, you and I will always have a connection. Connection. Connection.
Any connection to the Jane Doe found last year called a Kalutna Annie?
No, Sheila.
But that's why she wanted me to check out that plastic surgeon in Florida. She wanted to know what the connection was there.
Yeah. I love you. And the connection.
Mitch, you're a pot dealer. Why would you take advantage of a medical provider when you already have the connections? That's just greedy.
Douglas. Ops or intelligence?
Intelligence, Office of Transnational Issues.
And what's his connection to Leland Bennett?
The victim was a judge. We're going through some of her old cases to see if there's a connection.
It's too late.
Where is he?
I've got connections. People I can talk to will track him.
What connections? What people?
I will not let you win. Not again.
You've already lost your mother. How many connections to her do you have left? Not many, I'd wager.
Kind of touched me. For a moment there, I felt we had a real connection.
She would have seen that it wasn't just because she was leaving the country, but because we had a connection. A real connection. How did we spend 48 hours together without making that connection?
Well, I certainly wasn't hiding anything from you.
Particularly.
Particularly.
Particularly. Particularly. Particularly.
No, but the guy they arrested has initials that are particularly interesting. Particularly interesting. Particularly interesting.
I want a list of everyone who knew about this. Backgrounds, affiliations, particularly any connections with Frost.
R-U-F-U-S. And were you fond of this dog, Mr. Dancourt? Well, not particularly. Well, not particularly. Well, not particularly. Does that mean you dislike dogs, Mr. Dancourt?
My point, you two don't strike me as a particularly serious duo.
Oh, we're serious, bro.
Did you pluck your eyebrows before you came here so they'd be perfect just like that? That's because signs of lying become particularly visible in the brows when they've been thinned.
You know, you don't seem particularly upset about these bombings. No, quite the opposite, in fact.
I've had a particularly challenging last 24 hours, but...
Did you use metaphors for your old team, or do you just think I'm particularly stupid?
And this one I ran out and got the day I found out Carl was doing it with his secretary. I think you'll find this particularly helpful. It's got a chapter called Revenge, You're Only Hurting Yourself.
Well, I think it's irregular.
California Kings are much longer. Is your wife particularly tall?
Not particularly.
What about the 3 guards you murdered while escaping from prison? You want to tell us about them?
You don't sound particularly sad to see me go.
Oh, but I am.
Underestimate.
Underestimate.
Underestimate. Underestimate.
Underestimate.
Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. You're the third smart.
Keep your eye on him. Seem like a smart man, Francis. You shouldn't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me. Don't underestimate me. I ain't no one's sidekick.
Can't just erase the fact that 2 people had sex.
I think you underestimate us. You underestimate us. You underestimate us.
People underestimate you, Juliana.
Yes, that you underestimate us.
I called because I thought he was making a play. He wasn't. You can't underestimate Briggs.
I had no idea that reusing casings was such a thing.
Never underestimate mankind's passion for rendering the tools of violence and mayhem.
Hard, but I didn't think they'd refuse to give us their DNA.
We underestimated the hold the imposter has over them.
She would have gotten suspicious. Don't underestimate her.
I don't underestimate you either.
It's better that way.
You'll guarantee that, will you?
You underestimate your men yet again. They will hear reason.
Decorah.
Never underestimate the power of a guilty conscience.
And you underestimate the price of what you've done. You should.
Perhaps we can change the game together.
You severely underestimate me, dearie. I always win.
Ownership.
Ownership.
Ownership. Ownership.
Ownership.
Guys, I think we have to remember, this is the man. He answers to no one except ownership, 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 and God.
Know where the pride in ownership and ownership and ownership is.
They don't own that house.
You stole them.
Oh, heavens, no. Stealing implies ownership. Implies ownership. Implies ownership.
Do you think you have sole ownership of that feeling?
I don't think you understand.
I appreciate you not discussing it with him when you go to him with my ownership proposal. You will think about it, won't you?
Okay, this is not good.
It's not good at all. Carlos has sold the farm. It's new ownership. All books. So the $6,000 you owe?
Now, typically, in situations like this, one party will buy the other out, unless you're interested in joint ownership.
Corporation papers, that's not proof of ownership.
No. Play offense, not defense.
How?
Bitcoin isn't a currency.
Has been approved and the ownership shares have been transferred.
Yeah, I know. I bought some out.
We'll raise it together.
Him.
50% ownership, half the voting shares. And I'm on the bima at the bar mitzvah.
With your blessing, I'd like to open an OFAC investigation into his majority ownership position at the Del Paraiso Football Club.
No.
Insurance, home ownership, shared cell phone plans.
Circumstance.
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 Enjoy good health, thank you, and yourself.
We are surviving as best we can under the circumstances. Circumstances. Circumstances.
What circumstances might they?
Straightened circumstances, sir.
Nice to see you, Mr. Bloom. Sorry it's under such difficult circumstances. Circumstances. I have something for you.
Except under certain circumstances. Circumstances.
Conjugal circumstances.
Our first thought is always infection, but given the circumstances, we'll widen the search. We'll figure this out.
If you can't hold your breath for at least 4 minutes under normal circumstances, then you may as well not even paddle out.
Right. I wanted for the circumstances to speak for themselves.
No.
able to be there in person. I'm sure you understand, under the circumstances, it would have been most inconvenient for me.
We all did what we had to do. And in those circumstances, we did the best we could.
We just have to ask him the right question under the right circumstances.
What circumstances?
What the circumstances were, I'll never know.
Oh.
Yeah.
And under what circumstances would I possibly have use for this?
Agent to arrive. Do not leave the baggage area under any circumstances.
Thank you.
I'm trespassing. Exigent circumstances.
I love how you two think that law was designed as a loophole.
Distract.
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 In an hour, but I could push it back if I found something that distracts me. Distracts me. Distracts me.
Wow. Okay, thanks. Sorry, I'm just a little distracted. Distracted.
Well, I've got to do it on my own, kind of. You know, and if you're here, you're just gonna distract me, and distract me, and distract me. You distract him, okay?
Okay. So I'm thinking, I distract the guards, and you start digging. You got a spoon on you?
Right. There's someone. We'll have to distract Duke Alfonso once you free them all.
I can't believe you tried to kill me.
Yes, well, I feel badly about that. I told you Mrs. Huber came over and I got distracted.
Oh my God.
Okay, don't be distracted by that. Look at me.
No, that's what I always do. Distract myself with meaningless busy work as a way of avoiding my emotions.
Scared me. I couldn't find you.
I have a little girl too. Sometimes I get distracted and wander off.
Deadly.
Deadly.
Deadly. Deadly.
Deadly.
Poe's evil half could be deadly. Deadly. Deadly.
So true.
Like arms trading. Did I mention the sex trafficking? Or the deadly nerve agent, or the deadly nerve agent, or the deadly nerve agent that he's holding just 30 feet beneath this very dance floor.
Sometimes someone's personal rain cloud can be deadly, deadly, deadly.
Assembled in Shansu, full titanium core, no alloys, 50 diesel engines per muscle strand. Deadly precise fighter.
A terrible and deadly war raged for decades between us and the Chidan. Now feel the fury of my deadly mechanical auto-emulated Adaptobot.
Needs a name that's not lame.
Their leader, Zhu Long, is as deadly as he is unbalanced.
I would rather take my chances with a deadly jewel thief.
He probably needs a minute because he just learned about a deadly tornado.
Okay, stop calling him a he.
The virus is spreading. There are cases being reported beyond the Middle East. It will be in Oslo by winter. It is deadly and will likely mutate.
Niels. Yeah. I need these two escorted out of here.
Why? So you can dump a deadly flu virus into the drinking water?
Indeed. Cahill's a criminal. B&E assaulting an officer with a deadly weapon.
Secrets.
Which could be lucrative if you play your cards right. Or deadly if you don't.
Laundry. 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 Laundry.
Laundry.
Do the laundry, do the laundry, do the laundry.
I do hate laundry.
What have I been doing? Cooking, cleaning, laundry, 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 living in a goddamn slum.
Okay, I was a bachelor. I didn't have nobody to do my laundry.
What do you... That's your laundry.
Won't buy laundry, Donnie? Don't think it. Okay, son. Yes, son.
No ticky, no laundry.
Okay,
okay? But if what you want is like a laundry list of all the things about you that piss me off, I could give it to you.
Okay, see, the lack of shades kind of makes it look a little cracked, Denny, which is great for like a role-playing scenario,
Yeah,
but,
it's laundry day.
She's doing laundry with some black guy.
Would you tell her that I'm here, please?
I was changing my laundry over to the dryer.
That's it? Sexy underwear. Then it's all granny panties until laundry day. It has to be tonight.
Uneasy. Uneasy. Uneasy.
Uneasy.
Uneasy.
Can't leave them to rot. Creates an odor. Makes people uneasy. Makes people uneasy. Makes people uneasy.
Tonight, the bush is uneasy, uneasy, uneasy.
Do you have to just stand there? You're making me feel uneasy. You're making me feel uneasy. You're making me feel uneasy.
Oh.
I sunk into an uneasy slumber.
But I watched him all the way home in the car, and you could tell he was uneasy.
Told me. He said that our father had an uneasy alliance with the council. They did things that he didn't agree with.
That relationship makes me very uneasy. Some die under torture, others talk. Emma, I can tell that your heart is uneasy. And it's my job, well,
I'm glad to hear it. They make me aggressively uneasy.
Lexi, I want to believe that you're the reason the Ashveni haven't attacked us here, but you can't blame Maggie or anyone for being uneasy.
It's too quiet out here. It makes me feel uneasy.